I visited my aunt and she was critically ill. All of her children that got in contact with her died. My fiancé and myself took ill the 5th of August. My family faced a lot of stigma. Even my own son could no longer play in the community with his other friends. We are in the interim care center, Kedekula home. Interim care center is for those kids that parents encounter the virus and are in the ETU and have no one to care for them in the community, because everybody afraid that if they take that child, maybe they may encounter the virus from the child. My own way of helping them is by telling them my story. I was at my mother's place. Started vomiting toileting in the home. Couldn't eat at all, couldn't drink because I was afraid to drink or eat before I throw out. When I went, I was so afraid, not wanting to accept that I do have Ebola, to enter the Ebola unit. My whole notion about Ebola was, if I enter, I will die. A lady came sharing her story that she survived of Ebola. How long God has made a single person to survive. Maybe I may be the next person to survive. I told my people to leave. I was going to make it in there. I entered the ETU the 12th of August. I thought of my fiancé that he needed to come to the center. They never took him there the 13th nor the 14th. The 15th, he entered the compound. I did not see him. I was lying helplessly in my bed. I only heard him screaming. I told a friend of mine that this guy that is shouting, he's my fiancé, and I'm unable to reach to him. So please check on him for me. It was that movement that he gave all the ghosts. My reason of working here is to stop the stigma of this Ebola that we are facing in our country. I feel that I can do it because I have passed through it. I know the pain that it causes. You really need a lot of people's attention to love you, to encourage you, that yes, they can give you hope. Life is still there for you. You can make it. My name is Decontee Davis, 23 years of age, and I went through the Ebola crisis and became a survivor.
Initially, I wasn't actually having fear working in a hospital because I think that was what I went to school for, to help save lives. So by profession, I'm a physician assistant. And I was actually working in a hospital, and I remember actually caring for one of my friends, and we both work in the emergency room. I didn't know that she had the virus. I felt so bad when I actually heard her death news. I was frightened because the next thought that came to me was I could be the next because I interacted with her. When I started experiencing signs relating to Ebola, I was taken to the John F. Kennedy ETU. This was the starting of the outbreak, and the management facility was very, very poor. There were a lot of fear actually in health workers to care for an Ebola patient. The government wasn't actually prepared at that time to actually handle this kind of situation. It actually overwhelmed them because our health delivery system is already weakened. I was depressed to the point that I felt at that particular moment that death was just the option for me. Yeah, so that was how far it went. But I don't know where actually that grace just came from, and I decided to gain that courage again. I think God actually helped me to survive. I'm actually helping in the training process, working in the ETU to actually improve on the negatives because our own experience was somehow terrible. I think with the knowledge now, the care is actually going to be much greater. When it comes to the reintegration, survivors have lost everything. Their belongings were burned or disinfected with chlorine or whatever, and so going back in the community without anything and to start with anything, it poses a lot of challenges to them. My family actually received me. They welcomed me, and some of the community members who came around to actually speak to me, to empathize with me. But some of them still believe at the time that I could infect them. Somebody who survived from Ebola should be celebrated. The more the community embrace them, it will be actually great for them.